Good morning and welcome to our live coverage of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi's second day on his official visit to the beautiful Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. My name is DK Roster and it is a pleasure to keep you company during this progression of events. Now, this visit is a significant one, marking the first time an Indian Prime Minister has visited our shores since 1999, and it signals a renewed and deepened commitment to strengthening the enduring bonds between India and Trinidad and Tobago. Now, as we say, this is the second day, and the first day was a day of highlights, and it started with the Prime Minister of the Republic of India actually touching down on the tarmac at the Southern Airport building, and even looking at these images, you'll see to the nose of the plane both flags, India and Trinidad and Tobago. There we can see the cultural display that was on hand to greet him, as well as our Prime Minister, the Honourable Bissessa, flanked by individuals such as the Minister of Foreign Affairs, as well as the High Commissioner of India. There we see Prime Minister Modi descending the plane. So even before he descended, blessing the space. And one of the things that we were looking at is the different ways that he was greeting individuals, be it Namaskar, Jai, Shri Ram. There we see him receiving a bouquet of flowers from different individuals and then setting them up to take that obligatory photo opportunity. There he is being escorted to the saluting days. And as he walks that red carpet, let me take the opportunity to say thank you to our subject matter experts who would have helped us appreciate the proceedings as they were taking place live, in the form of Dr. Shri Singh, as well as Captain Isaiah Eastmond of the Trinidad and Tobago Regiment. There he was greeted by a half guard, and we see the colors for this half guard comprising solely of the Air Guard of Trinidad and Tobago. We had the conversation of what would have taken place to ensure that there's a level of military precision, which is a term that we're hearing in with a level of consistency at this point in time. And here he is greeted or escorted by our Prime Minister to meet the Cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago. And all of this was before he was whisked away to a diaspora event. And even with that diaspora event, and we'll get into that as well, but Prime Minister Bissessa, she has praised India's Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi for his compassion and heartfelt outreach to the people of the diaspora. Speaking at a community diaspora event that we were just hinting at the National Cycling Velodrome in Couva on Thursday, shortly after the Prime Minister's arrival in Trinidad and Tobago, Prime Minister Bissessa reflected on his inspirational, visionary leadership and enduring commitment to the Indian diaspora, promoting culture, history, and the spirit of our shared journey. Now, the Prime Minister also reflected on India's ongoing support over the years, particularly during the COVID-19 pandemic, with his donation of vaccines. Even seeing a stole that would have matched the decor at the lectern, where he would have spoken, as did our Prime Minister.
Through your benevolence, you brought hope and calm where there was fear. I say again, this was more than diplomacy. This was an act of kinship. This was an act of shared humanity. This was an act of love. And this is one of the many reasons we are deeply proud to bestow upon you, Excellency, the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
And continuing with news on the visit of the Prime Minister, Minister of Energy and Energy Industries, Dr. Rudal Munilal, confirmed that several Memorandum of Understanding, MOUs, will be signed with Indian Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi on Friday, that's today, including one to rejuvenate TNT's energy sector. He noted that India is a global leader in the sphere of energy and can help push TNT's agenda to be the energy hub of the Caribbean.
We are all elated and delighted, and it's very emotional as well. It's the first Indian Prime Minister to visit in over 2 decades. Prime Minister Vajpayee, I believe, visited 2 decades ago. So we are very happy. We have a lot of important discussions to undertake. We are discussing issues of agriculture, of national security,
I know many of you are friends
technology, of information technology, of agriculture, many issues across the board, so that we look forward to an important discussion that is arising in the area of energy as well. We have some matters to discuss, so we are hoping that we'll have fruitful discussions tomorrow, and we will agree on several matters. There are several memoranda of understanding that will be signed and shared and exchanged, and we're extremely elated. India is a global leader, not just as an economy.
And we also spoke with the Minister of Agriculture, Lands and Fisheries, Ravi Ratiram, about the visit by India's Prime Minister. Now, he said that bilateral talks in agriculture are on the table during the 2-day visit, and noted that India can assist TNT tremendously in the area of agriculture. Now, as recently as May 2025, India donated 12,500 litres of edible oil and 19,500 kilograms of rice, while also establishing an integrated automatic fruit and vegetable processing plant, a grant of 1 million rupees in March 2025.
So happy for this visit. The relationship with Trinidad and Tobago dates back to decades and centuries, and we are so happy for this visit. The relationship and the bond with India and Trinidad has already started bearing fruits. We are very thankful for the gift that we would have received with respect to the rice and the oil and so forth from India. But in addition to that, there are additional gifts coming out of this visit from the Prime Minister of India. We are going to be boosting agriculture and food security in our country. We're going to have increased value for the crops that are being cultivated by our farmers by introducing agro-processing facility, agro-processing equipment that we will be receiving from India. We have already received some of the equipment, and we are going to be commissioning that.
And we are very curious to see what those memoranda of understandings will look like. So we would have spoken with the Minister of Energy and Energy Industries, as well as the Minister of Agriculture, Lands and Fisheries. So those are two of the people that we feel kind of confident that we will be seeing MOUs coming out with. We will stay tuned, definitely something we'll be looking at, and we will bring you the information as we get it. But we take a short break and we return. Stay tuned to TTT Limited. We come back after this.
It is with great pride and anticipation that we welcome the Honourable Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, to the shores of Trinidad and Tobago on July 3rd and 4th, 2025. This historic visit, the first by a Prime Minister from the Republic of India in over 2 decades, marks a new chapter in the enduring friendship between our two nations. Prime Minister Modi's visit is not only symbolic, it is strategic. It signals India's growing engagement with the Caribbean and its recognition of Trinidad and Tobago as a key partner in the region. This visit reaffirms our commitment to South-South cooperation and to building bridges of opportunity between our peoples. We look forward to deepening our partnership with the Republic of India for the prosperity of our citizens and the advancement of our shared global vision.
season is here. Are you prepared?
Here's some terminology which may be frequently used and their meanings. Tropical depression, a cyclone system with definite counterclockwise wind circulation with maximum sustained winds of less than 38 miles per hour or 61 kilometers per hour. Tropical disturbance, a weather system which gives rise to a specific area of cloudiness with embedded showers and thunder showers and which sustains itself for 24 hours or more. Tropical storm, a cyclone system with maximum sustained winds greater than 38 miles per hour or 61 kilometers per hour, but less than 74 miles per hour or 119 kilometers per hour. This message courtesy TTT Limited.
Welcome back. It is day 2 of the official visit of the Prime Minister of the Republic of India, Shri Narendra Modi, to Trinidad and Tobago. Now, today is a day that he will be meeting the President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Her Excellency Christine Carla Kangaloo. Before that, though, we just want to reflect on some of the things that would have taken place yesterday, because it was a day of highlights, as we said, from the Indian Prime Minister or the Prime Minister of India's arrival to our shores. Also looking at the diaspora event that was held in his honor. Some people say it is always a good opportunity to reflect the wear, the dress, the mores that represent us, and definitely it was a sight to behold. Even looking at the mix of individuals in attendance and the level of enthusiasm, the way that our cultures were represented. There we see the Indian Prime Minister greeting members of the cabinet who are there to welcome him into this space. And even looking at the young lady on the biggest drum on the Junjun with the Tassa group, there was representation from Shiv Shakti as well as the Malik folk performers at the airport. And there was more fare to be had. So one of the conversations that we would have had yesterday is the way that sometimes we think that if there is a larger in a relationship between two jurisdictions, sometimes it seems as though the smaller jurisdiction would be the more ready consumer. But looking at pushing back on that narrative is one of the things that we would have done yesterday, seeing what it is we have to offer, looking at the fact that some people might call us little but tallow and punching above our weight in terms of the cultural offerings that we have. Now, even looking at the way that both prime ministers would have greeted the audience that started to fill the velodrome from the hours of 2 o'clock when gates were opened. And definitely it was a sight to behold in terms of even looking at something like traffic considerations, because people were trying to get into that space to say that, yes, on this day, the 3rd of July, Thursday exactly, I was there to see this visit by Shri Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India. And even we'll talk about some of the individuals who would have performed on the day, some bringing nostalgia, some bringing a level of surprise, especially when they may not have been as recognized by the wider public. One of them specifically being Anthony Batson, who some people did not know is an ardent exponent of different types of classical East Indian singing. He also sings chutney as well, and I believe he even plays the harmonium and is learning Hindi. Just driving the point home that this is Trinidad and Tobago, where every creed and race find an equal place. But speaking of validating the work of different people and disparate individuals bringing it to the table, President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Christine Carla Kangaloo, will formally confer the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the nation's highest honor, on Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, and this will be at a ceremony to be held at the President's house today, Friday, in accordance with the advice of the Cabinet. Now, President Kangaloo is deeply honored to present this prestigious award to Prime Minister Modi, who has been internationally recognized for his distinguished leadership and service. Now, he has received numerous accolades and several international and regional awards. Now, in January 2025, President Kangaloo was the recipient of another award. This is the highest award conferred by the Republic of India on persons of Indian origin and non-nationals in recognition for her exceptional contributions to public life. The award was officially presented by Dr. Pradeep Rajpurit, High Commissioner of India to Trinidad and Tobago, during the celebration of India's 76th Republic Day on 26th January 2025 in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, the Office of the President extends its warm congratulations to Prime Minister Modi on this significant honor and reaffirms the enduring bonds of friendship and cooperation between Trinidad and Tobago and the Republic of India. And it is also interesting that former Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, Senator Amy Brown, or rather Dr. Amy Brown, would have said that this is not a new precedent, and he would have cited other examples where non-nationals would have been awarded awards from Trinidad and Tobago, as is happening today with India's Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, who has also revealed that Overseas Citizens of India, or OCI cards, will now be extended to the sixth generation of Indian origin individuals in Trinidad and Tobago. Speaking during his address to hundreds at the National Cycling Velodrome in Couva, he said it is a move aimed at strengthening people-to-people ties and preserving cultural identity.
Happy to announce that OCI cards will now be given to the sixth generation of the Indian diaspora in Trinidad and Tobago.
Modi recognized the contributions of some distinguished members of the diaspora, saying that now East Indian descendants are no longer defined by struggle, but by their success and value.
Just look at the impact that you have all had on this beautiful nation. Kamala Prasad Bisesar ji, as the first women Prime Minister of this country, Her Excellency Christine Carla Kangaloo ji as the female president, late Sri Basdev Pandey, the son of a farmer, rose to become Prime Minister.
And Prime Minister Modi also acknowledged the vibrant celebrations of Ram Leela in Sangre Grande and Dao Village. He also shared with the audience that he had brought holy water from India as a token of devotion, which he hopes will bless the people of T&T. And it is really interesting looking at the fact when we speak about leadership and what leadership means. So the fact that our Prime Minister, the Honourable Kamala Prasad Bisesar, would be the third Prime Minister in the Caribbean who is a woman, and hopefully as time progresses we see those numbers even out a little bit. And one of the things is that it is still to some a novelty. She would have been the third female Prime Minister following Dame Eugenia Charles of Dominica, as well as Portia Simpson Miller in Jamaica. And this is her second term, and she's also extended warmest greetings to the United States of America on this July 4 as they celebrate their independence anniversary. And that is also something that we're looking at this point in time. So we'll have more on what she exactly said in those greetings that she would have extended, but it is definitely something to be looking at. But we have our own reason to be mindful of the 4th of July that extends or is right here in CARICOM. But looking at what it is we're speaking about with regard to those greetings, Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar, she would have also said heartfelt congratulations to the government and people of the United States of America on the occasion of their 249th Independence Day. Now, in that statement, the Prime Minister would have said that the 4th of July, it stands as a powerful symbol for liberty, resilience, and democratic ideals. PM Persad-Bissessar added that Trinidad and Tobago deeply values the long-standing bonds of friendship and mutual respect shared with the United States, saying our nations are united by shared democratic principles, vibrant diaspora ties, and ongoing cooperation in areas of security, education, trade, and cultural exchange. And as I hinted at momentarily, some people may remember July 4 for a different reason, in the sense that 42 years ago on July 4, 1973, right here in Chaguaramas, Trinidad and Tobago, a momentous treaty was signed. The leaders of Barbados, Guyana, Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago put pen to paper, establishing the Caribbean Community and Common Market, more commonly known as CARICOM. This was not just about trade, it was a vision for a more united, unified, and prosperous Caribbean. Now, the Treaty of Chaguaramas laid the groundwork for deep regional integration across 4 main pillars: economic cooperation, coordination of foreign policy, human and social development, and security. It sought to replace the earlier Caribbean Free Trade Association, aiming for a stronger, more cohesive economic bloc. Now, over the years, the original treaty has evolved. In 2001, it was revised to create the CARICOM Single Market and Economy, or CSME, a crucial step towards allowing for the free movement of goods, services, capital, and people across member states. Now, this revision underscored the commitment to sustained economic development, improved living standards, and enhanced international competitiveness for the region as a whole. Now, today, the Treaty of Chaguaramas, it remains the foundational document for CARICOM, guiding efforts in areas from food security and climate resilience to dispute resolution and enhanced cooperation among member states. While challenges persist, the treaty continues to be a testament to the shared aspirations of the Caribbean people for a stronger, more integrated future. And speaking of future, letting you know that in the not too distant future, we will be bringing you live coverage of the Prime Minister of the Republic of India, Shri Narendra Modi, visiting with the President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Christine Carla Kangaloo. After that greeting, there will also be the conferring, as we said, of the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, our nation's highest honor. From there, the Prime Minister of India will be escorted via motorcade to the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago, the seat of our democracy. Along the way, it will be lined, that passageway will be lined with people who want to say that they were there on the day, by school children as well as other individuals, and we will bring you those sights and sounds as they occur right here on TTT Limited. Now, there will be a joint address, or an address to the joint parliament, and we are looking forward to see what will take place, or what will come out of those MOUs that will be signed and exchanged. And then there is even more, because there will be a tree planting ceremony that we also hope to bring to you live. So we want to thank you for staying with us, for continuing to do so if you've been here with us yesterday. And we take a short break. We come back with more.
It is with great pride and anticipation that we welcome the Honourable Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, to the shores of Trinidad and Tobago on July 3rd and 4th, 2025. This historic visit, the first by a Prime Minister from the Republic of India in over 2 decades, marks a new chapter in the enduring friendship between our two nations. Prime Minister Modi's visit is not only symbolic, it is strategic. It signals India's growing engagement with the Caribbean and its recognition of Trinidad and Tobago as a key partner in the region. This visit reaffirms our commitment to South-South cooperation and to building bridges of opportunity between our peoples. We look forward to deepening our partnership with the Republic of India for the prosperity of our citizens and the advancement of our shared global vision.
Health and wellness, the core of our existence on planet Earth. Let us hear the voices of our very own citizens, our local and regional medical community, scientists and climatologists. Caribbean Medical TV is geared to developing a consciousness in our people in terms of our health and lifestyle. Knowledge is a very powerful tool, and we must empower ourselves with the information to protect against chronic and other related diseases. From the impact of climate change on our health to NCDs, Season 3 of Caribbean Medical TV tackles the challenges we all face, giving our citizens hope for a better tomorrow. Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
I'm Renee Sion with another edition of Caribbean Week in Review.
There is no need to suffer. You can come down to the Optimal Life Wellness Center where it is safe, it is affordable.
You don't have to take my word for it. You can come down to Optimal Life Wellness Center and see for yourself and experience for yourself what I have experienced. The life I now live is a lot healthier and more fulfilling. These products have actually given me a sense of a future and very, very important.
Welcome back as we share your company till we begin to show you live footage of the Prime Minister of the Republic of India, Shri Narendra Modi, meeting with the President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Christine Carla Kangaloo, ORTT. Also letting you know that there is going to be, when meeting to Parliament, there's going to be a quarter guard of honor. And we would have found out some of the differences between a guard of honor, then learned terms yesterday such as a half guard, as well as a quarter guard, which is being introduced today. And this will be taking place at the courtyard of the Red House. And this should take place a little later today. This will happen after Prime Minister Modi has already met with our president, after which he will be conferred. Well, the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago will be conferred upon him, our highest national honor. And in attendance will be members of our cabinet as well as other individuals. As they make their way in front of the camera or the camera trains on them, we will try to itemize some of those individuals to help build that appreciation for the events that are taking place today. And just looking at the Indian diaspora, comprising nearly 40% of our population, playing an integral role in enriching Trinidad and Tobago's development journey, Prime Minister Modi would have called some of those names from culture, sport, even speaking to musical artists as well. And this visit is undoubtedly one that will build on pre-existing connections, looking at 180 years since the system of indentureship. And it will explore new avenues from what we hear, those avenues for cooperation in areas like renewable energy, pharmaceuticals, which is something that we would have heard from the Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, Sean Sobers, as well as IT. And we're looking forward to see what the day will bring, and even more importantly, what the coming days after this day will bring in terms of those MOUs, because it's one thing to say, okay, well, there are the MOUs, but then it's another thing to make sure that those MOUs are implemented for the good of both of our nations. And we look forward to that, and we will help bring that information to you as it progresses, helping hone in, dive in, going in depth, pun intended, on some of these factors that mean so much to us as a nation and a people. And this is live coverage of the Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi's visit to Trinidad and Tobago. Now we're starting to see some signs, and this includes school children, and this could be part of the outrider, and it is coming your way, so we're looking to see. And yes, we see that flag indicating that Prime Minister Modi is in this motorcade as he is making his way to President's house. Ably flanked by members of our defense service. There was the term that we would have learned yesterday called the circle of diplomacy. And each person, there we see some mounted guards to the left of the screen, and each person doing what it is they're doing, providing this level of densely populated dots that when close enough make an unbroken line. And this is part of the line that we are seeing at this point in time. There we have children waving flags of India as well as Trinidad and Tobago. They're looking to see those flashing lights, and I think the flags and waving those flags are exciting them as much as the fact that they will be passing, or they will be passed by the Prime Minister of the Republic of India. We also see some adults in attendance with ever-present mobile devices in hand to remember this day for posterity, and possibly whatever other social platforms they will populate as creators of content. And there we have that natural sound which builds the experience in a degree that is very hard to emulate from within a studio. And even listening to the enthusiastic sounds of the children, look the police, listening to the siren, and the richness of the experience is increased exponentially by being able to get some of those sounds in addition to the sights. So there's that check. Naturally, there would be a security check, seeing that this is the President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago that is going to be called upon at this point in time. So you would have just seen some children, but there are a great deal more where the Prime Minister of India is going to make his way to the Parliament. So there are a great deal more children along that way as well. No doubt well equipped with flags of Trinidad and Tobago and India, as we would have seen in the small sampling from the space that the Indian Prime Minister would have traversed to visit the President. And there are so many stories coming out of what would have already taken place in terms of the fact that after the diaspora engagement that saw so many performances from individuals who have been professionals in the arts for a number of years, For example, Ravi and Nisha Bisimba, or Ravi B and Nisha B as they're more commonly known, in addition to so many schools. And once again, this provides an opportunity for individuals to, one, work towards something, and then two, to display their skills and their talent. And who knows, this may be the catalyst that when we listen to someone's story in the future, they said that they were thinking about what they were going to do as a career choice, but the fact that they were able to perform for the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, that was the tipping point that let them know that this is what they wanted to do as a career, as a future endeavor for the long haul on a consistent basis. And it is just so wonderful to see. And we have that footage. You can go back and also look at the content that we have, detailing every aspect of the way of this 2-day journey, visit, sojourn to Trinidad and Tobago, one of the second countries, if not mistaken. For the visit is supposed to be 5 countries in 8 days. So really a packed schedule. And as that schedule is packed, we're bringing the aspects that are happening on the ground here in Trinidad to you via all our media. And letting you know, we have some scenes outside the President's house. It's truly an iconic landmark in Trinidad and Tobago, one that is steeped in history. And it is the official residence of the President and a significant venue for state functions like the one we are about to witness. So in addition to the MOUs that will be exchanged, there will also be the opportunity for Prime Minister Modi's delegation, as well as Prime Minister Prasad Bisessa's delegation, to gather in the Max Richards Diplomatic Reception Lounge for bilateral discussions. Naturally, there'll also be the opportunity for official photographs. And one of the things to notice was the number of media practitioners that would have accompanied the Prime Minister from India. And we're currently on standby to go into President's house. And we give you some more of the sights of outside the President's house just before we take you inside. And we now take you to the inside of the President's house for the day's events that are carded to begin there.
The Honourable Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India. The Honourable Kamla Prasad Bissessa, SC, Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Their Excellencies Christine Carla Kangaloo, ORTT, President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, and Cohen Garcia, SC. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Your Excellencies Christine Carla Kangaloo, ORTT, President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, and Cohen Garcia, SC, First Gentleman. The Honourable Kamla Prasad Bissessa, SC, Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. our guest of honor, the Honourable Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, the Honourable the Chief Justice, Mr. Justice Ivor Archie, ORTT, Chief Justice of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, and Mrs. Archie, Senator the Honourable Wade Mark, President of the Senate, and Mrs. Ramkisoon Mark, the Honourable Jagdev Singh, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Members of Parliament, the Honourable Penelope Beckles, a Leader of the Opposition, and Mr. Robinson, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps and heads of missions accredited to Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Subramanian, sorry, my apologies. Oh, yes, thank you very much. Dr. Jai Shankar, Minister of External Affairs of the Republic of India, Mr. Vikram Misri, Foreign Secretary, and other members of the delegation of the Republic of India, all other specially invited guests, members of the media and the viewing public, good morning and welcome to the President's House. We are all gathered here to recognize and acknowledge someone who has distinguished himself as a global statesman, from whose leadership Trinidad and Tobago has benefited tremendously. I am Major Nigel Paris, aide-de-camp to Her Excellency, in keeping with Their Excellencies' focus on empowering young people. Mr. Rajiv Ramkisoon from the Shiva Boys Hindu College will be reading the biography of our honored awardee. Ladies and gentlemen, Her Excellency the President will now hold an investiture at which will be presented to a recipient the insignia of a national award made by the President on the advice of the Honourable Prime Minister. The Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago may be awarded to any person, citizen as well as non-citizen, who has rendered distinguished and outstanding service to Trinidad and Tobago. Today, the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago is being awarded to the Honourable Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, in the sphere of global statesmanship, bilateral and diplomatic relations.
The Honourable Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, has been Prime Minister since 2014 and is now in his third consecutive term of office. This is his second visit to Trinidad and Tobago, but his first as Prime Minister. Shri Modi was born on 17 September 1950 in a small town in Gujarat, India. His humble beginnings not only taught him the value of hard work, but also exposed him to the suffering that is experienced by the impoverished, a lot of which is avoidable. Prime Minister Modi is well known internationally for his development-oriented style of governance, inspired by the motto of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, and Sabka Vishwas. The support of everyone, development for everyone, the trust of everyone. His government has worked to provide basic necessities and poverty alleviation initiatives to all citizens of the country through various programs aimed at the holistic well-being of the poor and marginalized in society. These include houses being built, water connections being given, opening of bank accounts, direct benefit transfer to farmers, and free gas connections being made. India is home to the world's largest healthcare program, Ayushman Bharat, and Prime Minister Modi is also a global leader on issues of climate change and environmental conservation. Prime Minister Modi has spoken of the strong links that exist between freedom fighters and our own independence leaders. His visit coincides with our celebration this year of the 180th anniversary of the arrival of Indian indentured laborers in Trinidad and Tobago. The relationship between India and its diaspora in the Caribbean has been strengthened under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi at both bilateral and multilateral levels. His leadership has also resulted in deepened relations between India and CARICOM. During the first CARICOM India Summit, a $1 million grant to each CARICOM member state, including Trinidad and Tobago, was implemented through a project titled Bringing High and Low Technology, HALT, in COVID via the Pan-American Health Organization, PAHO. The project provided 8 mobile healthcare robots, a telemedicine system, hand hygiene stations, and other COVID-related accessories. Further, in 2021, the country received its first batch of COVID-19 vaccines from the Government of India. Which donated 40,000 doses to our nation. India has also established a $150 million line of credit for solar renewable energy and climate change related projects. Prime Minister Modi's clarion call for marking a day as International Day of Yoga received an overwhelming response at the United Nations. A total of 177 nations, including Trinidad and Tobago, co-sponsored the resolution to declare 21st June as International Day of Yoga at the UN. This has resulted in many citizens of Trinidad and Tobago benefiting from yoga classes through the Mahatma Gandhi Institute for Cultural Cooperation. Prime Minister Modi has received several international and regional awards and has been conferred various honors from numerous countries internationally and regionally. Regionally, he has received the Order of Excellence of Guyana, the Dominica Award of Honor, and the Honorary Order of Freedom of Barbados. In light of his exemplary service and invaluable contributions to advancing the bilateral relationship between India and the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago is now being awarded to the Honourable Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India. This award serves as a demonstration of the nation's gratitude for his outstanding contribution to the development of Trinidad and Tobago and its people.
Now, in presenting the award, I now invite to the stage the Honourable Chief Justice and Mrs. Archie. The Honourable Prime Minister, and their Excellencies. I now invite the Honourable Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, to receive the award. Thank you, Your Excellencies. Thank you, Your Excellencies. Thank you as well, Honourable Prime Minister, and thank you, Chief Justice and Mrs. Archie. I now invite the Honourable Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, to address us.
Namaskar. Good morning to everybody. राष्ट्रपति क्रिस्टीन कंगालू जी, प्रधानमंत्री कमला प्रसाद बिसेसर जी, विशिष्ट अतिथिगण, सर्वोच्च राष्ट्रीय सम्मान द ऑर्डर ऑफ द रिपब्लिक ऑफ ट्रिनिडाड एंड टोबैगो से सम्मानित किए जाने पर मैं आपका, आपकी सरकार का और आपके लोगों का हृदय से बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ। ये सम्मान हमारे दोनों देशों की शाश्वत और गहन मित्रता का प्रतीक है। मैं इस सम्मान को 140 करोड़ भारतवासियों की ओर से एक साझा गौरव के रूप में स्वीकार करता हूं।
Namaskar, good morning to everyone. President Christine Kangalu ji, Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisesar ji, and distinguished guests. I express my heartfelt gratitude to you, your government, and the people of Trinidad and Tobago for conferring upon me your nation's highest honor, the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. This honor is a symbol of the deep and eternal friendship between our two countries. I accept this award on behalf of the people of India, as it is a matter of collective pride for all 1.4 billion Indians.
फ्रेंड्स, इस सम्मान का पहली बार किसी फॉरेन लीडर को दिए जाना हमारे विशेष संबंधों की गहराई को दर्शाता है। यह संबंध हमारे साझा इतिहास और सांस्कृतिक धरोहर पर आधारित है। 180 साल पहले भारत से जो लोग यहाँ आए थे, उन्होंने हमारी मित्रता की नींव रखी थी। भले ही उनके हाथ खाली थे, किंतु उनके मन भारतीय सभ्यता, संस्कृति और विविधता से समृद्ध थे। उन्होंने आपसी सौहार्द और सद्भाव के जो बीज बोए थे, वे आज त्रिनिदाद और टोबैगो के प्रति, उनकी प्रगति के प्रति और समृद्धि के रूप में साकार हो रहे हैं।
Friends, This award is being conferred on a foreign leader for the very first time, and this reflects the exceptional depth of our special relationship. The ties between India and Trinidad and Tobago are rooted in our shared history and cultural heritage. It was 180 years ago that the people from India, for the very first time, came to these shores, laying the foundations of our everlasting friendship. Though their hands were empty, their hearts were full, enriched with the values, traditions, cultural diversity of the Indian civilization. The seeds of harmony and goodwill they sowed have today blossomed into the progress and prosperity of Trinidad and Tobago.
यह बहुत गर्व का विषय है कि भारतीय समुदाय द्वारा हमारी साझी परंपरा, संस्कृति और रीति रिवाजों को आज भी संजो के रखा है। राष्ट्रपति कंगालू जी और प्रधानमंत्री कमला जी इस समुदाय की सबसे बड़ी ब्रांड एम्बेसडर्स हैं। दोनों देशों के बीच सांस्कृतिक मेलजोल कदम कदम पर दिखाई देता है। फ्रेंड्स, राष्ट्रपति कंगालू जी के पूर्वज संत तिरुवल्लुवर जी की धरती तमिलनाडु से थे। हजारों वर्ष पहले संत तिरुवल्लुवर ने कहा था, पड़ई कुड़ी कुड़मैचु नटपरन आड़ू उड़ेयान अरसरुड़ एरू, यानी मजबूत देशों के पास 6 चीजें होनी चाहिए। एक, वीर सेना, देशभक्त नागरिक, संसाधन, अच्छे जनप्रतिनिधि, मजबूत डिफेंस और ऐसे मित्र देश जो हमेशा साथ खड़े रहे। त्रिनिदाद और टोबैगो भारत के लिए वैसा ही मित्र देश है।
It is a matter of great pride that the Indian community here continues to preserve our shared traditions, culture, and customs with such care and devotion. President Kangalu ji and Prime Minister Kamla ji are the biggest brand ambassadors of this community. Cultural connections between our two nations are visible in every nook and corner. Friends, President Kangalu ji's ancestors hail from Tamil Nadu, the land of Saint Tiruvalluvar. Thousands of years ago, Saint Tiruvalluvar said, Padai, Kudi, Kul, Amaichu, Natparan, Aram, Udayan Ar Saruir. That is, a strong nation possesses 6 qualities: a brave army, patriotic citizens, good resources, good leadership, a strong defense, and reliable, friendly countries who always stand by them. Trinidad and Tobago is such a friend for India.
हमारे संबंधों में क्रिकेट का रोमांच भी है और ट्रिनिडाद पीपर का तड़का भी है। जब कैलिप्सो की धुन तबले की ताल से मिलती है, तब हमारे संबंध और मधुर हो उठते हैं। दो संस्कृतियों के बीच गहरा सद्भाव हमारे संबंधों की बहुत बड़ी ताकत है।
Our relationship carries the excitement of cricket and the flavor of Trinidad pepper. When the rhythms of the calypso meet the treats of the tabla, our relationship becomes an exquisite symphony. The deep cultural connect between our two peoples is one of the greatest strengths of our partnership.
Friends, मैं इस सम्मान को हमारे संबंधों के लिए एक जिम्मेदारी के रूप में भी देखता हूं। एक करीबी और विश्वसनीय पार्टनर के रूप में हम त्रिनिदाद और टोबैगो के लोगों की स्किल डेवलपमेंट और कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग पर बल देते रहे हैं। भारत के लिए त्रिनिदाद और टोबैगो कैरिकॉम ही नहीं बल्कि पूरे विश्व में महत्वपूर्ण पार्टनर है। हमारा सहयोग पूरे ग्लोबल साउथ के लिए महत्वपूर्ण है। दो वाइब्रेंट डेमोक्रेसीज के रूप में हम मिलकर दोनों देशों के लोगों के साथ साथ पूरी मानवता की भलाई के लिए काम करते रहेंगे।
Friends, I also see this honor as a responsibility to further strengthen our relationship. As a close friend and trusted partner, India has always focused on capacity building and skill development for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. For India, Trinidad and Tobago is not just an important partner in CARICOM, but also a very vital global partner. Our partnership holds great significance for the entire global South. As two vibrant democracies, we will continue to work together for the well-being of not just our own people, but also for the greater good of humanity.
एक्सेलेंसी, एक बार फिर इस सम्मान के लिए मैं 140 करोड़ भारतवासियों की ओर से बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। यह सम्मान हमें हर क्षेत्र में नई ऊंचाइयां हासिल करने के लिए प्रेरित करता रहेगा। आप सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Excellency, once again, on behalf of 1.4 billion people of India, I express my deepest gratitude for this honor. This honor will inspire us to continuously scale new heights in every facet of our relationship. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister. I now invite Her Excellency to address the gathering.
Thank you. Please be seated. The Honourable Kamla Persad-Bissessar, Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honourable Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, the Honourable Chief Justice, Mr. Justice Ivor Archie, ORTT, Chief Justice of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, and Mrs. Denise Rodriguez Archie, Senator the Honourable Wade Mark, President of the Senate, and Mrs. Ramkisoon Mark, the Honourable Jagdev Singh, Speaker of the House of Representatives, and Mrs. Bibi Aruna Mohammed, members of the Cabinet of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Mrs. Faith Brebno, Deputy Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, Ministers of State, the Honourable Penelope Beckles Robinson, Leader of the Opposition, and Mr. Noel Robinson, heads of diplomatic missions accredited to the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Jai Sankar, External Affairs Minister, Shri Vikram Misri, Foreign Secretary, Dr. Nina Malhotra, Secretary, South, and other members of the delegation from the Republic of India, all other specially invited guests, members of the media, Sitaram, Namaste, Jai Shri Ram. I was supposed to have been in India in January of this year. Heaven had smiled on me and blessed me with the incredible honor of being the chief guest at the Republic of India's 18th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas Convention. I wasn't able to attend. Circumstances conspired and made it impossible for me to do so. I was extremely disappointed, and I confess that I have been carrying something of a residual sadness about it since then. Forgive me for breaking from formality for just a moment and to say, as we Trinbagonians might put it, that I think that I have been nursing a serious tabanka over it. Yesterday, with the arrival in Trinidad and Tobago of the Honourable Shri Narendra Modi, all of that residual sadness left me. A feeling of tremendous joy overcame me and filled my heart. And I know that all of us feel the same way. Shri Narendra Modi ji's visit has made the hearts of all of Trinidad and Tobago immensely glad. Trinidad and Tobago is immensely glad to have been able to bestow upon you, sir, our nation's highest honor, in recognition of the tremendous work that you have done with our nation over the years, and for the kindness and the generosity which you have always shown to our country, and indeed our region. Your kindness and generosity to the people of Trinidad and Tobago are legendary. They have been shown time and time again, including, as we have heard, during the crisis of the COVID-19 pandemic, when 40,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines arrived in Trinidad and Tobago as a result of your personal intervention and action. That act of kindness only further strengthened the long-standing relationship between the governments and people of both of our countries. Today, by means of the award that you have received, and always by reason of the indestructible bond between our countries, the hearts of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, the hearts that you have made so glad by your visit, are joined once again with the hearts of the people of India. Although this your second stay with us is short, we hope that you will find it as rewarding and as enjoyable as we have found it to host you. We look forward to your third visit, which we hope can be soon and which we hope can be longer. On behalf of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, we say congratulations and thank you. May God bless and keep you. Sitaram, Namaste, Jai Shri Ram.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of the investiture. On behalf of their Excellencies, thank you for sharing in this special occasion. Please remain standing as we observe the departure of their Excellencies. Departing also will be the Honourable Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honourable Prime Minister of India, and the Honourable Chief Justice. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please enjoy the rest of your day.
And there you have it. You are now equally correct saying Shri Narendra Modi Ji or Shri Narendra Modi ORTT. The Prime Minister of India has been conferred with our nation's highest honor. Now, some will no doubt underline the significance of the ORTT replacing the Trinity Cross in 2008 and the rationale for that taking place. Now, aide de camp to Her Excellency the President Nigel Paris, he informed that Prime Minister Modi received the award in the sphere of global statesmanship and bilateral efforts. We'll also say kudos to the representative from Shiva Boys who would have read the citation, continuing a precedent that we would have seen in the last National Awards ceremony where we had members or representatives of schools playing a more engaged or having a more engaged part to play in the National Awards ceremony. Now, this means that there is only the possibility of 4 ORTTs being distributed later in the year, since there's only a maximum of 5 such awards that are given in any one year. And we also saw our President Christine Carla Kangaloo, ORTT, mixing formality and local parlance with Trinidad and Tobago in her address after the Prime Minister of India would have received his national award. Now, later in the day, in the not too distant future, we will have the Prime Minister Modi's visit to Parliament. There will be a joint assembly at the House of Representatives chamber. There will be bilateral talks which will take place specifically in the Max Richards Diplomatic Reception Lounge. There's an exchange of bilateral agreements. This will take place in the Rotunda, and outside of the building there will be a tree planting ceremony. So we look forward to that and much more on TTT Limited. We provide you with some more content, some more programming, while Prime Minister Modi and the rest of the cabinet make their way to the Parliament. But stay with us because we will be back with more.
It is with great pride and anticipation that we welcome the Honourable Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, to the shores of Trinidad and Tobago on July 3rd and 4th,